I've spent a lot of the last maybe 2 years in a quieter place where I can feel more connection to, um, the sort of emotional center of my life, and but also the the experience of just being in the world, in connection to everything and everyone, and the sweetness of that, and then, really, dive deeply into that with you, with your words on retreat. And I, I maybe predictably came here with a little bit of a foolish notion that this would be a dive into that stillness and that um, sweet space, and it is that. But there's a way that's there's this sort of, it feels that that's almost, um, struggling to find the word. It's like the word comes like abandonment, but it's not a sense of like a personal abandonment, but just that the sweetness of that isn't that there's a it's run its course to extent. It's still present, but there's not there's something more. There's something more, and in that there's this tremendous pain, but it's not a personal pain. It's not a circumstantial pain, and that's been arising, and it's like it's incredibly compelling. It's not something that I want to. It's it feels as though the softening of the gaze was the space that could hold the pain, and the pain is is the opening that the eye can't move through. That's not a question, but maybe there's something you could speak to in that.
No, it's not a question, but it's a tender and honest expression of the existential singularity that I spoke of, as far as I understood. That the sweetness of the experience that has been touched on in previous retreats and in yourself is any wishing for that, any grasping for that, any resting in that is revealing itself to not be sufficient, if you like. And in your acceptance of that and allowing of that, not arguing with that, something surprising and, I love the word, compelling arises, which is the core existential wound that is not circumstantial. It's not even a wound, but it's the core existential singularity. Without trying or wanting in any way to offer any promise or guarantee of anything at all, because that would set up an erroneous destination. All I can suggest and encourage is even this, even this, even this pain that cannot be attached or caused by anything that's happening in your life, but this that is the main pin of separation, even this. And what if this is all there is? Because there's a deeper allowing in that. That's the surrender I was speaking of with David. That's the beyond that I'm speaking of. How beautiful, actually, that this has revealed itself to you in this sacred space. That there is a ripeness in you for this. Don't expect anything. Don't use anything that's been said as where it might lead. It may lead nowhere, and that's the surrender that is required. Just this. Just this. Let it be held without any ground to hold it in this acceptance.
Yeah. There's the sense of wanting uh, to just be with, just entirely dedicate all of my being to the experience of that pain, which feels um, like, hearing those words feels like like almost like it would be a really bad idea to dedicate oneself to a lot of pain. But it's a compulsion. Like
Yeah.
it's a to sit deeply with that.
Yes. You're not dedicating yourself to the narrative that may or may not wrap around the pain. And as far as I can hear, there isn't a narrative, which is wonderful. There could be, but there isn't. You're not dedicating yourself to that because that would keep you in the wheel of samsara. You're immersing yourself. You're merging. You're actually dying into the pain, dying into the pain. This is what I mean by penetration. The whole self is penetrating the pain, merging, penetration or merging, allowing, being with, entering, sitting inside, dying into. And that's an energetic experience within you. Wonderful.
Thank you.